Hello everybody, I just wanted to jump on here today and talk to you guys about how I keep my business organized and how I check off all the things that need to be done. Because a lot of you say, I don't have time to do this, or I wish I had more time to do these things, or I never seem to have the time to do this. So I just wanted to show you guys how I do it, how I keep it all organized. I am definitely a pen and paper kind of girl. I love to write lists and check things off. That keeps me very motivated. I love being able to say done, 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 done. So I'm definitely a paper kind of girl, but you can also do lists on your phone. You can keep lists in your notes section on the notes app on your phone, and you can also make those check marks that way if you choose to do so. I just prefer to write things down. And I use the Happy Planner, but you can really use any kind of planner. The Happy Planner, you can print off your own custom pages and put them in there. So here's mine. I have the first thing in here is expenses and income. So on this, I will write down anything that I spend during the month that is a business expense. You want to keep track of those and those receipts because at the end of the year when you do your taxes, those are all tax deductible because they're business expenses. The first thing in here is daily numbers. So every single day, I have an alarm on my phone that goes off, and when that alarm goes off, I log in and I run the report for my personal sales, and I will enter my numbers every single day. What that does is that shows you, that can show you a day-to-day comparison where you were compared to the day before or a week before. You can flip through and see where you were on that day the month before. And once you keep those going for several months at a time, you can even flip back and see how you were doing on that day and during that month the year before. So you can kind of compare how you're doing now to how you were doing before. And that's a big motivator for me because I like to outdo myself. I have the incentive tracker. I just printed this straight from Scentsy. It's really cute. It's just you track your points for your incentive earning. And I do that monthly. At the end of the month, I'll put in all my points for the month. I keep this one. This is just one that I did on my own. I just wrote it down. It's my year at a glance. I track my PRV for the month, my team wholesale volume for the month, how many people we have in the team, how many frontline I have, how many were active, how many I sponsored, and how many people my downline sponsored, as well as what my lifetime PRV is. I like to see those numbers and track those. Let's see. What's next? So there are a few things that I do every single day, and that is check the news tab. Every afternoon I check the news tab to see what's new, what updates they've posted, what they've shared with us that's coming out. I also log my numbers every single day. Let's see. Okay. Is there anything else I do every single day? Social media engagement. That's a big one. I try to make sure that I'm present at least once every day on social media. And by present, I don't mean getting stuck in the scroll. You know what I'm talking about, where you just sit there and scroll through everything. I mean, be consistent. So post, and don't just post Scentsy. Post about your life on your page. Share your kids, what they're doing, what you're cooking for dinner, anything that you're working on. If you're working on DIY projects or anything like that, share your pets. Let people into your life so that they can connect with you, because they don't buy just because they love the product. They buy because they know, like, and trust you as a consultant. So let them into your life and let them get to know you. And then every now and then sprinkle Scentsy in there. What you love about the product, how you're using the product, things like that. And then also while you're scrolling, engage with other people. Don't just look at their posts and keep going. Like, comment, share, whatever, on all their posts. Not all their posts, but anything that speaks to you that you're like, oh, that's really cool, or hey, I love your outfit, or that's really great that your kid is doing so good in school, etc., etc., etc. Just engage with those people and build those connections and those relationships. Another thing that I do in my planner is I have this list of daily tasks for my business. So every day, I'll look at this, and it's broken down by the day. So on Mondays, I will make host packs for anybody that's hosting a party the next week, and I will welcome new team members. I do that on Mondays. And then on Tuesdays, I will go to the Amy app. If you don't have the Amy app, definitely check into that because it will show you like another to-do list. It'll remind you when to follow up with customers and things like that. It'll remind you, oh, can you see that? Maybe not. It'll remind you who to connect with, who to follow up with, things like that. So I do that on Tuesdays. I will send thank you mail to anybody that ordered the previous week. I'll send those out on Tuesday. And then I also send a customer email every Tuesday from the workstation. So you can go right to the workstation. You can send an email in that communications tab to all your customers, or just ones that you put. If you only want to send it to certain people, you can do that too. You can make a list of who you want to send it to and who you don't. Every Wednesday, I will update my personal inventory. I will log my expenses and my mileage in my sheet that I showed you earlier. So write down anything you spent for the week and keep track of that, and then write down any miles. So if you drove to deliver an order, or if you drove to the post office to mail some packages, or whatever you did that's Scentsy, keep log of those miles because those are also tax deductible. I will stock my mobile office on Wednesdays, so that means check to make sure I have business cards, any kind of joint info, anything that I want to keep on hand in my car. That way, when I'm out and about and someone stops me and says, "Hey, you're a Scentsy consultant," because it's on my window and they see it, and I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Oh, well, do you have a catalog or do you have a business card? How can I contact you?" So I make sure I keep that stuff with me, in case I run into somebody like that. And then on Wednesdays, I also clean my workspace. So wherever I'm working, I usually work in a certain area in the house. I'll just tidy up that area, go through all my papers, throw out anything that I don't need, throw out old, like warmer of the month brochures and things like that that I didn't get rid of. I do that once a week on Wednesdays. Then on Thursdays, I will stock my printed materials. So if I'm running low on anything like join brochures, I've got these little inventory cards. I don't have one over here with me. My business cards, things like that, things that are printed. I will restock those. If I need to reprint something, I'll do it all at one time. Excuse me. My labels, I'll print all those at one time if I'm running low. So I'll just kind of do an inventory on what I have and what I need, and then I do it all at the same time. I will package my local orders up on Thursday. If I have orders that have come in through the week, I'll package those up on Thursdays. And then on Thursdays, we also have Thursday night shift, which is my favorite night of the week. We have the Zoom call with 7 superstar directors, and it's just really uplifting and motivating, and you get a lot of good quality content by listening to those other leaders that are in Scentsy. Then on Friday, I will deliver those orders that I packaged up on Thursday. I will schedule any party posts for like Facebook parties for the upcoming week. I will set up my parties on Facebook before I schedule those posts, of course, and set those parties up in the workstation. So give them their link and set up all their preferences in your workstation. I will follow up with anyone that wanted to book a party. Or has expressed interest in booking a party, and get those scheduled if I can for later in the month. I'll try to do a Facebook Live, so I'll go live in my VIP group or on my personal page or in our group page at least once a week on Fridays. And you can show different stuff. You can show how you're changing your wax. You can show how you clean your diffuser. You can show washing your dishes with the Scentsy soap. You can show whatever you want to in your lives, and you can talk about whatever you want to in your lives. I will plan my social media content for the next week. So I'll make a list of this is what I want to share each day next week. As far as things in my personal life and things with Scentsy, I'll kind of try to make that balance there. And then on Fridays, every Friday I change my wax. That's Fresh Wax Friday, and I will post about that. I'll take pictures of me changing my wax, using my cotton cleanups, and put my new wax in and all those. On Saturday, every Saturday, there's a Super Saturday call at noon with Becca and Callie. There are up line, and that call is always really fun to jump in on. And on Sundays at 4 every week, Stephanie and David are our team director. They do a Zoom call with all of us in the team, And other than that, on Saturday and Sunday, it's family time for us. I try to designate those days because my family's home. Nobody's at school, nobody's at work. We're all at home together. So I try to designate those days for family time, aside from those 2 calls. And then when you have a list to go by, you can just, done, 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 and it takes a lot less time than sitting there thinking about what you might want to do or what you need to do or whatever. There are a few things that I do monthly, and then this is kind of broken down into week 1, 2, 3, and 4, and this is a mixture of home and business. Because there are certain things around the house that we do once a month, certain things that we clean monthly, etc. But some of the things that I do in week 1 for my business, I'll order supplies if there's anything that I'm needing to order, like blank labels or anything from the workstation. I will log my month-end numbers. So that's that sheet that I showed you back in the beginning that says my year at a glance. I'll go through and I'll look at the numbers for the end of the month, the previous month, and I'll log all of those so I can look at them. I will send reminders to my Scentsy Club people that their club is going to bill and ship during that month if it's coming. I will send Happy Mail. I like to send Happy Mail out to my customers that are in club and to people that have ordered in the last 3 months. I try to do that either the last week of the prior month or the first week of the current month. I will contact past hosts that have hosted several months prior and then see if they're wanting to rebook another party. I will submit any pre-orders. You do that on the 1st, of course, whenever the month rolls over. And I do a birthday club once a month, so I'll pick a customer that has a birthday that month, and if there's several, I'll put all their names in this little drawing, and I'll draw a name. And one of them gets a special birthday gift from me. I'll make up any opportunity packs, like join packs and things like that, and just stock those. That way, whenever I want one, I can just grab one and go. They're already made up. I don't have to do it as I go. Recognize any team members, like their PRV and paid at title and new sponsors and things like that from the previous month. I try to do that the first week of the following month. And let's see, what are some other things? These are things, I know this sounds like a lot, but these are just things that I do once a month. Making samples. Making samples is a big one. You want to just do that all at one time. Like sit down once or twice a month and bulk sample. That way you're not doing it as you go, because you're always trying to play catch up if you do that. If you sit down and just do it all at once and then throw them in a bin together, then whenever you need a sample, you can just grab out of that bin. They're already done. You can grab them and go. You don't have to worry about sitting down to make all those. Just do it all at one time. What else? Your newsletter in your workstation, you have a free newsletter. It goes out to all your customers if they subscribe to your newsletter. During the first 2 weeks of the month, you can go in and edit that. You can customize it. So Scentsy will automatically send it the way that they have it built, but you can go in and you can put your own twist on things. You can change the wording a little bit to make it sound more like you. You can add content in there. Like if you have a personal special going on or a join special going on that's just you, you can put that in there. You can put your contact information in there, things like that. Before Scentsy sends that out, they usually send that out the second week of the month. What else? Some kind of game in your VIP group. That's what I try to do once a month. Some kind of game where somebody can earn a prize. It gets the engagement up. It gets people talking. It gets people commenting and liking and sharing in your group, which will up the percentages in your group and make it more visible to everybody whenever there's higher engagement in there. So if you do a game night, that's a really good way to up your engagement. What else do I have on here that I do once a month? I look for fundraisers in the area, and I look for events in the area. I try to do that once a month for the upcoming month. That way I can get on those lists. If there's an event that I want to set up at, I try to get on that list. Or if there's somebody that's doing a fundraiser or an organization that I can partner with to plan those fundraisers, I try to do that early in the month. Once a month, when my Scentsy Club comes in, I'll unbox that. When my Whiff Box comes in, I'll unbox that. And when my warmer and scent of the month come in, I'll unbox those. So I'll do that all live. I'll record those and post those videos. That way my customers can see it, you guys can see it. So that's things that I do once a month. I will, every month I watch the end of the month live, that Dan Orchard does. It used to be Heidi and Orville, but they're in London for the next 3 years on a mission trip. So now Dan is doing it, and he does it at the same time on the last day of the month, every month. That's really fun to watch because you get sneak peeks of things that are coming up. You get kind of a recap of what happened in the month, and it's just a really good thing to tune into. Yeah, and I send out happy mail to my team. They're at the end of the month. So if in the following month if somebody has a birthday, or their Scentiversary is coming up, I'll go ahead and send that out at the end of the previous month. And that's kind of in a nutshell, that's what I do. I know it kind of sounds like a lot when you start talking about those things I do once a month, but keep in mind, those are just once a month. And you have that list. Whenever you have a few minutes, you look at your list and be like, okay, what can I do? I have 15 minutes. What can I do in 15 minutes? This, and this. And so you get it done, you check it off, and guess what? You're done until the next month. You don't have to do it again. And then with your weekly things, it's just, I mean, if you take 30 minutes a day and sit down and do your things for the week, and just keep those organized, then it really helps you stay organized, helps you keep things, in stock, and so you're not scrambling around all the time to try to get things done. And that's my way of doing it. Like I said, you can do digital if you're a digital person, if you're a techie, which I mean, I am a techie. I love tech. I love everything technology. But when it comes to pen and paper, like I really love making lists and writing things down. It just really helps me stay more organized. But you can do it however you want to do it. Make your own system. Make something that works for you. That way, you're actually going to use it to help you in your business. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me anytime. I'm happy to help. I'm happy to set you up with some printables and send you some links. I have a ton of these in our group page, in the files. If you want to go there and look through all those, I have so many things you can print out and use to track whatever you want to track. Whatever you want to track, there's a tracker in there for it. I promise you that there is. If you need that link, let me know. I can send you to the right place. And I would love to hear how you guys are organizing your businesses and how you're actively working your business each day or each week. So if you want to let me know those in the comments, go ahead and do that. Or if you want to send me a message if you have any questions or anything like that. Like I said, I'm happy to help you guys. And I think that's it. That's all I've got for today. So you guys have a great day. Thank you for tuning in.